Hi, welcome to Gear Garage. My name is Zach, and this is my little internet show about whitewater paddling and stuff like that. And today I want to talk about cameras, and specifically cameras for Instagram. A friend of mine asked me what camera I use for Instagram, and I kind of scratched my head. I assumed everybody used their phone, but some people do use nice cameras. And I do a lot of photography just because I have to put photos on our website or share photos for magazines. So for photography lately, I've been using a Sony Alpha 6500. Which is a pretty inexpensive camera. I mean, it's about $800, I think. And it's just a good camera for photography. I like it. It's small. It packs into a smaller dry bag. It's light. But I use that really for photography work. And not that I'm a professional photographer, but I need high quality photos for certain applications. But for most of my Instagram photos and for pretty much everything else, I'm using my phone. Phones are taking just high quality photos these days. This is my iPhone right here. And this is what I bring in the river most of the time. If I'm going on a trip where I need high quality photos, I bring that Sony camera. But if I'm just taking photos to share with people or for Instagram specifically, which I'm always taking photos for Instagram, it's my phone. And a couple reasons why. First of all, inside this LifeProof case, it's waterproof. So LifeProof makes these $80 cases. I highly recommend them. You know, it's waterproof, dustproof. You can drop it most of the time. You can take underwater photos, which are fun. And in the case, it just goes right in your life jacket, right? When you're using a big camera, like a DSLR or mirrorless, you have some sort of bag like this you're carrying to keep it waterproof. You're pulling it out, you're taking the photo, putting it back in. And I personally, doing this, broke a $1,000 camera this winter. So I've been a little more hesitant with what cameras I bring on trips. And so just pulling out my phone really quick, you know, turning it on, snapping a photo really quick, putting it back, I just get way more photos, like photos in the moment. You know, if you see something, you know, you just quickly pull it out. You know, I turn the password off when I'm on the river so that I can quickly just jump right into it. I can get pretty much anything. And it's just so simple and light to carry around. I highly recommend the LifeProof case because when it doesn't have it, it's a little slipperier. This has a nice grip to it. You might drop it more often if it's not in the case. But it's really easy to use. The other nice thing about having a phone with you is if there is cell service or you can get the cell service, it's a great emergency communication device as a backup. And so when I'm kayaking in town here in Hood River, it's nice to have it just to like check in if somebody gets hurt or we're going to be home late, something like that. But the biggest one is I use Gaia GPS. It's Gaia, I believe. And I can download maps online. So I have the maps. If I'm going to go do a wilderness trip or go in the backcountry, I'll download the maps ahead of time. It takes like 10 minutes. And it tells me exactly where I'm at. So if I'm doing, like I said, like some sort of wilderness trip and I want to know where I'm at, I can look at the map. Or a lot of times it's just getting to put-in. If I'm driving to a put-in and I'm lost, I can just pull up the old Gaia GPS on my phone. So not only is this a camera, but it does a lot of other cool things for wilderness trips. You know, it has the cool app for looking at the stars. I just think that the phone now is such a go-to tool for river trips. And going back to Instagram, you know, you don't need a high-quality mirrorless camera for Instagram. It's just showing on a tiny screen. So high quality doesn't matter. And these phones take high enough quality for Instagram. Plus it's already on your phone. You're a couple clicks away from going from the camera to Instagram itself. You know, when I take a camera photo, I have to get it on my computer, email it to myself, download it to my phone, and then upload it. It just takes extra steps. And maybe there's a smarter way to do it. I don't know. I have to do it like it takes me 10 minutes to put a camera photo on Instagram, whereas if I've just taken my phone, I just write a little text and press send and it's up there. So that's pretty much it. Again, I highly recommend it. The iPhone 8 and 10 are kind of waterproof-ish. You know, so if you have it before the iPhone, you definitely need a LifeProof case. The 10, this is the 10 right here. I actually forgot my LifeProof case a couple times this past couple weeks, and I just put the phone right in my life jacket. I got it wet. It was fine. I didn't even worry about it. So these phones on their own are pretty waterproof. I wouldn't call it 100%, but I trust it. But to put a case on there is a good idea, mainly because it's just extra protection from the water, dust, and it's just way grippier, way easier to handle, so you're not like handling the small thing that can fall in the water. So if you have things to add, please do. I'd love to hear what you think about what camera you use for trips, but more Instagram. I think nowadays Instagram is the key that we're using to share our trips with. So what camera do you use? What phone do you use? Do you think this is a good idea? Or if you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below. And I'll put a link to that Sony camera that I like too if you want to check it out. And that's it. Thanks. See you next time.